Good evening. At this time, anyone in the very rear of the auditorium who'd like a better seat, we'd encourage you to move up closer to the honorees in the blue sections on either side of the auditorium. Thank you very much. At this time, we're going to have the playing of the national anthem by the Vineland High School Select Choir. On behalf of the Vineland High School administration, faculty, and staff, I bid you greetings. Good evening, students, parents, and community members, and welcome to another culminating event of the 2017-2018 academic year, where we seek to honor students for their academic achievement. Next, I'd like to recognize members of our Vineland Board of Education, those who are present, as well as those who had other obligations and could not make it. I'd like to start with Mr. Jeffrey Boardley, President, Ms. Inez Acosta, Vice President, Mr. Chris Jennings, Mr. Thomas Ulrich, Mr. Nicholas Fiacci, Mr. Eugene Medio, Ms. Megan Spinelli, Mr. Cedric Holmes, and finally, Mr. F. John Sobrana. Furthermore, I'd like to introduce members of our central office administration who help lead the school district year after year. We're pleased to have them here tonight. In a moment, Dr. Guccio will present remarks, but first I'd like to introduce her, the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mary L. Guccio. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Nathan Fry, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. John Fragapani, Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Helen Haley, Business Administrator and Board Secretary, and Dr. Joseph Rossi, Executive Director of Personnel. My name is Mr. Palmer, and I welcome you to the Vineland High School. On behalf of Dr. Thomas P. McCann, who could not be with us tonight, I'd also like to recognize other members of our administration, including Mr. Donnie Robbins, Athletic Director. Additionally, I'd like to recognize assistant principals, Ms. Jacqueline Alvarez, Mr. Rich Panis, Ms. Tina Morris, Ms. Sandra Myers, and Ms. Suzette DeMarchi. Before we present our honorees and their scholarship benefactors this evening, I'd like to welcome to the podium for remarks on behalf of the Board of Education, Vice President Ms. Inez Acosta.
Good evening, class of 2018. Good evening to administrators, our students, teachers, administrators of Vineland High School, and most importantly, friends and family that have come here tonight to celebrate your accomplishment. On behalf of the entire Board of Education, I wish you the very best, and it's certainly an honor to be here to see all of you as accomplished, soon-to-be graduates of Vineland High School. I hope that you take in every single moment between now and the end of the year, because this is something that you'll remember for a lifetime. It seems not that long ago that I was wearing a gray robe, and I still remember fondly many of my friends, many of whom still live here in Vineland, and I'm happy to say that my journey through Vineland High School certainly prepared me for my journey through life. So I hope that you remember that certainly the hard work that you've done now is merely a stepping stone to the journey that you're about to begin. So congratulations, and I want to congratulate the parents and friends and family that supported these wonderful students in their accomplishments. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Mary Gruccio to the stage to give greetings on behalf of the Board of Education and the administration of the Vineland School District.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer, and good evening, everyone. Before I begin my brief comments, I just want to say that I'd like to thank Mr. Palmer and the administration of Vineland High School for stepping up to the plate and helping to run all of the end-of-the-year activities. We miss Dr. McCann, and I'd like to ask each of you to please keep him in your thoughts and prayers and wish him a very speedy recovery. Okay, on behalf of Central Administration, I would like to begin by thanking and congratulating the class of 2018. You've been a wonderful class. I also want to congratulate each of you who may be a recipient this evening, as well as your families. I know you've all worked very hard, and I know the support and love of your families have helped to get you where you are today. So I congratulate and wish you all the very best. I'd like to take a moment to also thank all of the wonderful people seated over here who have been so kind to give these scholarships this evening. And I'd like to just mention to those of you who are going to be receiving them tonight Their generosity helps you. And I want you to remember when you receive these awards that many of these people are given these awards in memory of a loved one or in honor of a cause that's very special and dear to them. So please just take a moment when you receive your award tonight and remember how important it is to those who are giving it, as well as to all of you who are receiving them. Finally, I just want to wish you a wonderful graduation, a wonderful end of your school year. It's right around the corner. I just ask one thing. Please have fun, enjoy all the activities, but make good choices and be safe. We want everyone to be at graduation next Wednesday, and we want it to be a wonderful night for all of you and your families. So enjoy tonight. This is yours, and you have worked hard and deserve it. God bless each and every one of you, and success always.
All right, this time we're going to have the presentation of the awards. Just for logistical information, recognize that you will be called up, and I will join Dr. Guccio at the center of the stage, and we will present you with your scholarship and your award. At that time, please don't be overly anxious. A member of the awarding committee or one of your scholarship benefactors may want to join us for a picture, so be mindful of that. And just pose for a picture with us. We'd like to have that for posterity's sake. At this moment, I'd like to welcome to the stage those who will present our awards tonight. They are Assistant Principals Jacqueline Alvarez and Mrs. Suzette DeMarchi.
Good evening, everyone. This evening, I will begin by introducing to you the valedictorian for the class of 2018, Anuj Patel. Anuj will be receiving the Frank Testa Valedictorian Scholarship in the amount of $500. Presenting him with the award is Mrs. Elizabeth Testa and Jerry Lynn McCann. The Honorable Frank J. Testa, a native and lifelong Vineland resident, first demonstrated his passion and commitment to education by being named the valedictorian of Vineland High School's graduating class of 1934. His love of learning did not end here. However, Judge Testa continued his education at Temple University, and after graduating, went on to earn a degree in law from Rutgers Law School. Because Judge Testa attained these achievements during difficult economic times, he had no choice but to work his way through both college and law school. His favorite saying was, "If one has the burning desire to succeed in his endeavors, he most certainly will make it happen," and that he did. Judge Testa practiced law, something he loved to do, in Vineland for over 60 years. His dedication and loyalty was always evident in his commitment and service to the city. Judge Testa served as Vineland's mayor from 1956 to 1960. After practicing law, Judge Testa went on to become a Superior Court judge for 10 years. He then continued in his much-loved profession by serving as counsel in his son's Vineland law firm until his passing in 2001 at the age of 86. The foundation for Frank Testa's successes was laid right here at Vineland High School, when he earned the title of valedictorian of the class of 1934. His grandson and namesake Frank Testa followed in his grandfather's footsteps in two ways. He was named the valedictorian of Vineland High School's class of 1987 and also went on to become an attorney. Tonight, Mr. Testa and his grandmother, Elizabeth Testa, are presenting the award to Anuj Patel Vineland High School's valedictorian. This evening, Anuj is also receiving the AP Calculus Award in the amount of $200, the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 for 4 years, the National Merit Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 and a certificate, the New Jersey Athletic Association Scholarship in the amount of $200, and the Vineland Rotary Club Lawrence Kimball Award in the amount of $1,000 and a silver bowl. Lawrence and Kimball joined the Vineland Rotary Club in October 1927 with the classification lumber realtor. He was associated with the Kimball and Prince Lumber Company, one of Vineland's oldest and most respected firms, until it closed 25 or so years ago. He was the president of our club in 1934 to 1935. In 1940, he became the club secretary, a position he held for almost 25 years. In his service as secretary and also as the club historian, Larry built a collection of records, programs, souvenirs, and other memorabilia. He regularly attended Rotary International conventions with his wife, which was an active Rotarian. In appreciation for his dedication, our club and his wife presented Larry with a Paul Harris Fellowship in 1974. On Saturday, June 21st, 1975, our club recognized his many years of service. The night our club officially designated the Rotary High School Award as the Lawrence M. Kimball Outstanding Scholarship Award. And this evening, it's presented to Anuj Patel. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the salutatorian for the class of 2018, Priya Patel. Priya receives the class of 1978 Gerald J. Barry Scholarship, presented by Dr. George Santiago, Jr., Miss Laura Barry, and Mrs. Mary Barry in the amount of $1,500. The Vineland High School class of 1978 Gerald Barry Memorial Scholarship celebrates the memory of Mr. Barry for his dedication and commitment to teaching, learning, and educational excellence as principal at Vineland High School from 1964 to 1986. The scholarship also serves to commemorate the lives of the over 60 members of the VHS class of 1978 who have since passed away. 2 need-based scholarships of up to $1,500 each will be given annually at the Senior Merit Assembly. Congratulations. Priya also is the recipient of the MetLife Scholarship presented by Connor Iaruzzi of Mass Mutual in the amount of $500. Priya also receives the Vincent P. Martino Jr. Memorial Scholarship, presented by his daughter, Felicia Gonzalez. The study of a foreign language, as well as to study abroad, provides secondary and post-secondary students a wealth of amazing experiences, from learning new cultures and languages to making new friends from diverse ethnic and national backgrounds. As the world becomes more connected via the advancements in technology and industries become more increasingly multicultural and multilingual, the demand for the foreign language expert continues to rise. No one knew this more than my father, Vincent P. Martino, Jr. While at King's College, he spent a semester abroad at the University of Valencia in Spain. Upon graduating college, he found a love for teaching the values gained from his abroad experience as teacher of Spanish, English, and social studies. Later, he served as a director of foreign language field trips and organized the annual World Language Week and International Dinner. He also was the assistant principal of Vineland High School South in 1986 through 1991. As the daughter of the late Vincent P. Martino, Jr., it is a privilege and honor to present this award in the amount of $1,000 to the senior student who displays a passion in the study of a foreign language. The recipient of this award is Priya Patel.
Our next award recipient is Allison Abadi. She will be receiving the Honorable Frank J. Testa Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Presenting the award to Allison this evening is Mrs. Elizabeth Testa, wife of Frank Testa, and Jerry Lynn McCann, daughter. After listening to the life history of Frank Testa previously presented, it becomes evident that a continuous common thread wove its way throughout his life, bringing with it success, respect, and honor. This golden fiber was his value of education, and Judge Testa instilled this in his children and grandchildren, and without a doubt, it will be passed on to the future generations to come. He would be so proud to know that he is taking part in the academic dreams of a student here tonight. This year's Honorable Frank J. Testa Cumberland County College Scholarship is being presented to a student who is continuing her education at Cumberland County College, Allison Abadi. The award is being presented by Judge Testa's daughter, Jerry, and Mrs. Testa.
Jenna Carastro. Jenna receives the Michael L. Gruccio Jr. Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 and a plaque this evening, presented by Dr. Mary Gruccio, Superintendent of Vineland Public Schools. The scholarship being presented this evening is in memory of Michael Gruccio, who was a member of the Vineland Board of Education from 1984 and served as president from 1988 until his death in 1990. Michael genuinely cared about our community and all members of our school system, most especially the students, which is why it gives me great pleasure to present a scholarship in his memory this evening. Michael's family would like to wish all the members of the class of 2018 continued success, health, and happiness. They would also like to thank all of the students who applied for this scholarship, as well as the committee members who were involved in the selection process. It was a most difficult task to select one recipient from so many fine applicants. The recipient was to be in good academic standing and active in school and community activities while displaying characteristics which were evident in Michael, such as integrity, leadership, dedication, optimism, and gentleness towards others. At this time, it is with great pleasure that Dr. Gruccio presents the Michael L. Gruccio Jr. Memorial Scholarship to Jenna Carastro. This evening, Jenna also receives the Vineland Education Association and John Iaruzzi of MetLife Scholarship in the amount of $500. This is presented by Roxanne Derenzis.
Our next award recipient is Timothy Jones. Timothy will be receiving 3 awards this evening: the Billy Consolo Memorial Wrestling Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 and a plaque. Presenting him with this award tonight is Dottie Cargman, trustee and sister of Billy Consolo. The scholarship that is being presented tonight is in memory of Billy Consolo. Billy was on the wrestling team and graduated in 1978. This scholarship is for a member of the wrestling team furthering their education in a field of his choice. The recipient of his scholarship was chosen by the scholarship committee: Mr. John Casadio, Mr. Dave Homiak, Mr. Don Robbins, Mr. John D'Alessandro, and Mr. Dennis Miller. A special thanks to the committee for their help and support. The criteria for the selection of this scholarship are humanitarian, leadership, sportsmanship, integrity, and determination to achieve, which emphasized the way Billy lived. It is with love, honor, and respect to Billy that the 2018 Billy Consolo Memorial Wrestling Scholarship is presented to Timothy Jones. Timothy will also be receiving the Ernesto Perez Sr. Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $250. Presenting him with this award tonight is Ernesto Perez Jr. Timothy will also be receiving the Carrie Clay Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. This evening, presenting Timothy with this award is James and Kathleen Clay. This scholarship is given in memory of Carrie Clay, the daughter of James and Kathleen Clay. It is awarded to a graduating student who has overcome personal challenges while maintaining a positive, kind, and caring attitude. He must have a C or better GPA and be a well-rounded student. After reading Tim's application, his essay, and the recommendations of his teachers, we feel he is extremely well qualified to receive this scholarship. Congratulations to Timothy Jones, the first recipient of the Carrie Marie Clay Memorial Scholarship. Our best wishes for a bright and successful future. The Clay family and the Board of Trustees.
Our next recipient receives 6 scholarships this evening. Gabriel Menz. Gabriel is the recipient of the Wendy's High School Heisman Scholarship in the amount of $656, presented by Rob Rohn, Wendy's owner. Wendy's High School Heisman was created by Wendy's founder Dave Thomas in 1994. Since its inception, we've honored more than 600,000 of the nation's most esteemed high school seniors in partnership with the Heisman Memorial Trophy. The Leadership Award honorees are well-rounded young men and women who excel in learning, performing, and leading in the classroom, on the field, and in the community. Like the Heisman Memorial Trophy, Wendy's believes in the pursuit of academic and athletic excellence with integrity. And in addition to honoring student accomplishments, Wendy's High School Heisman inspires all future high school students to pursue their higher education goals. Congratulations. Gabriel also receives the VHS All Sports Booster Club Scholarship in the amount of $500. The VHS Booster Club will award 2 or more scholarships, one to a male and one to a female athlete. Candidates must meet the criteria of winning a varsity letter in at least one sport as a senior, be in good academic standing, and produce an essay of 300 words maximum, explaining how their participation in VHS athletics has influenced their experience at Vineland High School. This award is in the amount of $500. Gabriel also receives the Class of 1978 Gerald J. Barry Scholarship, presented by Dr. George Santiago, Jr., Miss Laura Barry, and Mrs. Marie Barry, in the amount of $1,500. Gabriel also receives the Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Robert Adorizi, President. Gabriel receives the Thomas P. McCann Scholarship in the amount of $500 and the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $500 as well. Congratulations, Gabriel. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient this evening will be receiving 7 awards. That award recipient is Emily O'Neill. Emily will be receiving the Wendy's High School Heisman Scholarship in the amount of $650. Presenting Emily with this scholarship is Rob Rohn, Wendy's owner. Emily will also be receiving the Catherine J. Arpino Scholarship in the amount of $500. Emily will also be receiving the Italian American Benevolent Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Emily is also receiving the Sylvia and Albert Stern Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 a year for 4 years. And here are some remarks regarding the scholarship. My father, Albert Stern, graduated from Vineland High School in 1933. My mother, Sylvia Stern, graduated in 1937. They were dedicated to the school and rarely missed a reunion of their respective classes. Growing up, I always remember their yearbooks playing a prominent role in our den. My father was a vegetable farmer, and my mother was a traditional farmer's wife. This scholarship is dedicated to their memory and is designed to help Vineland High School's graduates with some connection to agriculture, the environment, or related areas. It's a $10,000 scholarship payable at $2,500 per year for 4 years. So far, 20 Vineland High School students have received the Sylvia and Albert Stern scholarships. I am pleased to report that all but one are either still in college or have graduated. This year's recipient is Emily O'Neill. Emily is also receiving the Women's Club of Vineland Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. Emily is also receiving the VHS All Sports Booster Club Scholarship in the amount of $500. The VHS Booster Club will award 2 or more scholarships, one to a male and one to a female athlete. Candidates must meet the criteria of winning a varsity letter and in at least one sport as a senior, be in good academic standing, and produce an essay of 300 words maximum explaining how their participation in VHS athletics has influenced their experiences at Vineland High School. Emily is also receiving the Vineland Rotary Club Otto Schwab Memory Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. Otto was born July 20th, 1915 in Puerto Rico. He joined the Vineland Rotary Club on April 4th, 1962, with the classification of poultry pathologist. He was an expert in his field, but more than that, Otto was a committed Rotarian. Otto was always here to offer a kind greeting and a word of encouragement for all Rotarians, whether a new member or a veteran. Otto was also a very active member, one of those who could be counted on to be at just about every event. Otto served as the club president and was a member for approximately 27 years. We honored Otto by naming one of the 2 Vineland High School Scholarship Awards in his memory. The scholarship is $1,500 and is awarded to Emily O'Neill.
Our next recipient is Koyakanami Abali. Koyakanami receives the VHS Class of 1953 scholarship this evening in the amount of $500. Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations, Koyakanami.
Our next award recipient is Amy Antonio. Amy will be receiving 2 scholarships this evening. The first scholarship is the Landis Intermediate School Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $250. Presenting her with this award is Melanie Levisoni, principal from Landis Intermediate School. Amy will also be receiving the Lubin Stern Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next recipient is Angelina Bartolozzi. Angelina receives 2 scholarships this evening. The Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. Angelina also receives the Antiques, Arts, and Cultural Society of South Jersey Award in the amount of $100 this evening. Congratulations, Angelina.
Our next award recipient is Ezra Battiati. He will be receiving 3 scholarships this evening. The first scholarship is the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 for 4 years. The next scholarship is the Jeffrey A. Clay Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and this is being presented by James and Kathleen Clay. This scholarship is awarded in memory of Jeffrey Clay, the son of James and Kathleen Clay. Jeff grew up in Vineland with his sister, Carrie, and his brother, James. At 6 years of age, he became a Vineland mini wrestler and continued wrestling through high school. He was a proud member of the Vineland High School wrestling team from 1984 to 1988 and the captain of the 1988 Group 4 championship team. Jeff graduated from Rutgers in 1993 with a BA in economics. He completed his flight training at the Comar Aviation Academy in Stanford, Florida, and became a pilot for Comar Delta in November 1999. He was captain of Flight 5191 that tragically crashed upon takeoff at the Bluegrass Airport in Lexington, Kentucky, August 27, 2006. Jeff always put his family first and lovingly cared for his wife, Amy, and his 2 daughters, Shelby and Sarah. He always strove for excellence in all he did, but just as important, he was quick to lend a helping hand, give an encouraging smile, and be a faithful friend. We are proud to award the Jeffrey A. Clay Memorial Scholarship for $1,500 to Ezra L. Battiata, a young man who exemplifies many of the same qualities Jeff had. He has excelled as a scholar, athlete, an all-round member of the community. Congratulations and best wishes for continued success in the future. Ezra will also be receiving the Vineland Rotary Club Harry Doer Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations.
Our next recipient, Madison Benevento, receives a plaque this evening presented by the John High School Big Sister, Big Brother of the Year Award. Each year, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Cumberland and Salem counties presents the high school Big Brother, Big Sister Year Award to an outstanding member of the Big Brothers, Big Sisters High School Mentoring Program. We proudly present the 2018 High School Big Sister of the Year Award to the Vineland High School senior Madison Benevento for her consistent attendance and caring attention to her little sister, Leah, for the last 2 years at Johnstone School. She advocated for Leah throughout the year and worked diligently to help her achieve her academic goals. With Madison's help, Leah was able to improve her grades. Madison modeled a hard-working and positive attitude at all times, an excellent example for her little sister and the others in the high school mentoring program. Madison, thank you for your service as a high school big sister. We know you will continue to make a positive impact in all that you do. Congratulations, Madison.
Our next award recipient is Mark Bennett. This evening, Mark will be receiving 4 scholarships. The first scholarship he will be receiving is the Italian-American Benevolent Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Mark will also be receiving the John Bohanna Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. Mark will also be receiving the Landis Intermediate School Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $250, and this will be presented by Melanie Levizzoni, principal from Landis Intermediate School. Mark will also be receiving the Mark De Palma Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. Congratulations.
Our next recipient is Aristelcy Bermudez. Aristelcy receives 3 scholarships this evening. The first scholarship is the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 each year for 4 years. Aristelcy also receives the Robert D. Gonzalez Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by his mother, Deborah Gonzalez, and his sister, Debbie Lynn Gonzalez. Robert Daniel was an alumni of Vineland High School, graduating class of 2004. He was born in Vineland and attended Oaken, Maine, Durand Elementary School and DePalito Intermediate Schools. He was the son of Reverend Roberto and Deborah Gonzalez, brother to Rebecca and Deborah Lynn. Roberto Daniel was always dreamed of becoming a special agent and becoming the next 007. He was a devoted son, brother, and friend to those who knew him. He was dedicated to his church and community. Daniel was involved with the Police Athletic League and graduated from their youth summer camp. His goal was to someday be part of Central Intelligence, working for the state, federal, or Secret Service. He received his associate's degree in criminal justice from Cumberland County College, where he graduated with honors in May 2006. He was also a member of the Criminal Justice Society. He continued his education with Wilmington University in Delaware and received his honorary bachelor's degree and national honors in criminal justice in May of 2010. He did this while accepting a position with the New Jersey Department of Corrections, graduating from the academy in May 2008. On April 18, 2009, while he was on his way to work, he was involved in a fatal one-car accident with no just cause. It was later discovered that the reason for his accident was caused by the GM recalls on his new vehicle, which was defective. Daniel was 23 years of age. He received an honorary funeral by the New Jersey Department of Corrections as a fallen officer, where over 1,600 people attended. The news of his death affected many, including his community, state, local, and federal governments. Although his life was cut short, Roberto Daniel's legacy continues for years to come. As many remember, and we have witnessed how he touched their lives, he lived by this motto and shared it with many: fear the Lord and keep his commandments, for that is man's all. Be without fear in the face of your enemies. Be brave and upright, that God may love thee. Speak the truth always, and even if it leads to your death. Safeguard the helpless and do no wrong. This is our oath. Aristelci also receives the Purpose Step Scholarship in the amount of $500 presented by Adriana Montavo Andujar, CEO. The Purpose Steps Yana Scholarship of $500 is awarded to a young man who is determined to overcome what the naysayers say is impossible. She does so by believing in herself and the I'm possible. She is determined, has future goals, great communication skills, and is self-motivated. She's making her purpose, dreams, and future non-negotiable. She's taking her purpose step to living her truest life ever. This year's recipient of the Purpose Steps Yana Scholarship is Aristelci Bermudez. Yana, the acronym for You Are Not Alone, and Purpose Steps will make sure of that. Congratulations, Aristelci Bermudez.
Our next award recipient is Nicholas Bonetta. Nicholas will be receiving the North Italy Beneficial Association Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next recipient is Savannah Brown. Savannah receives 2 awards this evening. The first, the National Honor Society Scholarship, presented by Mrs. Carol Delago, NHS Advisor. Each year, the Vineland High School National Honor Society dedicates its scholarship to its 2 deserving senior members. There will be 2 $500 scholarships awarded. These scholarships were raised through a lot of hard work selling donuts, Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and Rita's water ice. This scholarship is given in memory of past board president of the Vineland Board of Education, Michael Gruccio, who exemplified the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. This year's recipient is definitely a leader and very deserving of this award, for she has worked faithfully and tirelessly with many of the National Honor Society activities for the past 2 years. She plans on attending George Washington University in the fall, where she plans on majoring in chemistry. So at this time, it is my distinct pleasure to present the first National Honor Society Scholarship to the co-president of the Vineland High School National Honor Society, Savannah Brown. Savannah also receives this evening the Principal's Award for Volunteerism. Tonight she receives a gold medal for that award. Congratulations, Savannah Brown.
Our next award recipient is Shannon Bruce. Shannon will be receiving the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $250.
Our next recipient is Cassidy Campanella. Cassidy receives the AP Calculus Award this evening in the amount of $200. Congratulations, Cassidy Campanella. Kira Sitchi receives the French Award presented by Mrs. Carol Delago. She is presented with a certificate and plaque this evening. The Durand French Award is presented to a young woman who has been passionate about the study of French language for some time. She has managed a straight A average in French for the past 4 years. In that time, she has shown more interest than the average student in the study of France and its people. She also has many curiosities and is always interested in going beyond. She also is highly ranked in her class. In the fall, she will be attending Florida Institute of Technology in Florida, where she will be majoring in astronomy and astrophysics. Interesting point, this young lady is a selenophile. She loves the moon and finds it soothingly captivating. At this time, I am honored to present the Durand French Award to Kira Sitchi.
Our next award recipient is Angel Colon Montijo. Angel will be receiving 2 awards this evening. The first is the Agape 2 award in the amount of $250. Presenting that award is Kay Rhyme from Agape Medical Center. Angel will also be receiving the CCASA Allen Associates in memory of Stanley H. Allen Scholarship in the amount of $250. Presenting this award is Dr. Larry Miller from Allen Associates. The criteria for this scholarship was as follows: 2 graduating seniors from each of the 5 high schools, must be pursuing higher education, must have been involved with community or school service, and must have strong character. Congratulations, Angel.
Our next recipient is Mario Condi. Mario will be receiving 4 awards this evening. The first award is the VHS All Sports Booster Club Scholarship in the amount of $500. The VHS Booster Club will award 2 or more scholarships, one to a male and one to a female athlete. Candidates must meet the criteria of winning a varsity letter in at least one sport as a senior, be in good academic standing, and produce an essay of 300 words maximum, explaining how their participation in VHS athletics has influenced their experience at VHS. The next award is the A.W. Fisher Scholarship. Mario receives $500 each year for 4 years. Mario also receives the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $500 this evening. And Mario receives the Anthony Rossi Intermediate School Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Ryan Soupy, Guidance Counselor.
Our next award recipient is Angel Cruz. Angel will be receiving the Vineland Jersey Fresh Scholarship School Counts Award in the amount of $750.
Our next recipient is Kayla Cruz Ruiz. Kayla receives the Gloria M. Sabater Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $800 this evening.
Our next award recipient is Tahira Davis. This evening, Tahira will be receiving 2 scholarships. The first is the Vineland High School All Sports Booster Club Scholarship in the amount of $500. The Vineland High School Booster Club will award 2 or more scholarships, one to a male and one to a female athlete. Candidates must meet the criteria of winning a varsity letter in at least one sport as a senior, be in good academic standing, and produce an essay of 300 words maximum, explaining how their participation in Vineland High School athletics has influenced their experiences at Vineland High School. The next scholarship is the Mary and Andrea Bell Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $750. Congratulations, Tahira.
Our next recipient is Fradeli de la Cruz. Fradeli receives the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 each year for 4 years. Congratulations, Fradeli.
Our next award recipient is Jared DeWinney. This evening, Jared will be receiving the National Honor Society Scholarship in the amount of $500. Ms. Carol Delago, NHS Advisor, will be presenting Jared with this award. The recipient of the National Honor Society Scholarship goes to its second co-president of the National Honor Society, who too has brought his energy and enthusiasm to the National Honor Society activities this year. A fine young man attending St. Leo's College in Florida and majoring in cybersecurity. This year's recipient is Jared DeWinney.
Danielle Domville. Danielle receives the Big Brothers Big Sister of Cumberland and Salem Counties Foundation Scholarship this evening in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient is Desiree Esquilin. Desiree will be receiving the Joe and Bill Malam Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next recipient is Justin Fieron. Justin receives 2 scholarships this evening. The first scholarship is the Cumberland County Black Hall of Fame Scholarship in the amount of $500. Justin also receives the Joan Riggins and E. Blanche Riggins Memorial Music Scholarship in the amount of $1,500, sponsored by First United Methodist Church of Vineland. The Joan and E. Blanche Riggins Memorial Scholarship was established in 1985 by the Riggins family. It is given in memory of 2 women who dedicated their lives to the service of others through their work with the community and their church. They will always be remembered for sharing the beauty of faith through the joy of music to hundreds of young people, including their granddaughter and great-granddaughter, Vineland High School choral director Lori Cummines. We honor their work and their memory by awarding this scholarship to a promising graduate who has demonstrated his own commitment to the service of others through his involvement in the community, his church, and his excellent participation in the Vineland High School choral and music programs. We have no doubt that this very gifted recipient for 2018 will continue to serve his community with his talent for the rest of his life. We are pleased to award this year's scholarship for $1,500 to a very exceptional student and musician, Justin Fieron. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient is Garrett Fisher. This evening, Garrett will be receiving the Italian-American Benevolent Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next recipient is Morgan Tess Fisher. Morgan receives a plaque today from the Annual Olympiad Award.
Our next award recipient is Jillian Flores. Jillian will be receiving the Joe Acosta Memorial Scholarship Fund in the amount of $500. This evening, Judy Acosta Garza, sister of the late Joe Acosta, will be presenting this award. Joe was a lifelong resident of Vineland and a VHS graduate class of 1976. After graduating from college, Joe worked as an inspector for the Casino Control Commission and a substitute teacher for many years prior to starting his own accounting business, Acosta Tax Service. Joe was a very giving man and active in the community. He was a very talented musician and loved tinkering with technology. As an advocate for education, Joe always strived to encourage all students to take advantage of the opportunities offered to advance their knowledge in order to become successful and productive citizens in the community. He was elected as member of the Vineland Board of Education and ironically was visiting Winslow School trying to calm parental concerns after a sudden death of a kindergarten student on the morning leading up to his fatal accident at the hands of a drunk driver. After his untimely death in December 2000, the family could think of no better way to continue the work that he had begun than by offering a scholarship to a worthy graduate of Vineland High School in his name. On behalf of the Acosta family, we'd like to congratulate Ms. Jillian Flores as the recipient of this year's scholarship, as well as the entire class of 2018.
Our next award recipient is Madison Gabriel. Madison receives the North Italy Beneficial Association Scholarship in the amount of $500 this evening. Congratulations, Madison.
Our next award recipient is Crystal Gonzalez Salabarios. Crystal will be receiving 4 scholarships this evening. The Adam Gonzalez Movement Scholarship Fund in the amount of $500. The CCC Vineland Public Library Foundation Scholarship. The Joel Denzel Cortez Scholarship Fund in the amount of $500. And the Gladys Maury Viola Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. Congratulations, Crystal.
Our next award recipient is Gena Gupta. Gena receives the Petway Patriot Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 presented by Judy Garza of Petway Elementary School. Congratulations, Gena.
Our next award recipient is Daniel Gutierrez Reyes. This evening, Daniel will be receiving 4 scholarships. The first is the D'Ambarsi School in memory of Alfino Freeman in the amount of $500. Daniel will also be receiving the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $400. The Lucille V. Harker Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. As well as the Tim Houston Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $222. We have Ms. Houston here this evening presenting that award.
Our next award recipient is Corey Haig. Corey Haig is the recipient of the Chick Mazzola Memorial Scholarship presented by Edna Mazzola in the amount of $750. Congratulations, Corey.
Our next award recipient is Andrew Holbert. Andrew will be receiving the Automotive Parts Company Award in the amount of $250.
Our next recipient is Elika Imanaga. Elika receives the Marie Kolak Making a Difference Scholarship in the amount of $500 this evening. Congratulations, Elika.
Our next award recipient is Amanda Johnson. This evening, Amanda will be receiving 3 scholarships. The Life Skills Cafe Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. The William Simpson Scholarship in the amount of $250. And the Raymond E. Yost Jr. Vocational Education Scholarship in the amount of $500. This evening we have Raymond Yost that's going to be presenting this scholarship. As a dedicated educator and an advocate for vocational offerings in public education, Mr. Yost's 37-year career at Vineland High School had a great impact on thousands of students. Many of his students went on to build successful careers in the automotive industry and related fields. This award is being offered to honor his continuing passion for learning and teaching, as well as his love for the industrial arts. This scholarship will be awarded to a student who has excelled in vocational classes and plans to attend either a post-secondary vocational school or college. Congratulations, Amanda.
Our next award recipient is Diana Colpin. Diana receives the Vineland High School Art Department Scholarship in the amount of $300. This award is being presented by Miss Jenny Martirano, VHS teacher.
Our next award recipient is Robert Labriola. This evening, Robert will be receiving 2 scholarships. The first scholarship is the Teresa and Louis Casaza Scholarship in the amount of $2,000. We have Mr. and Mrs. Casaza here presenting the award. This scholarship for this year is in the amount of $2,000. This scholarship is awarded to a student planning to attend Rowan University. The applicant must be interested in pursuing a career in the sciences such as physics, chemistry, or engineering. The recipient must have demonstrated academic excellence and has been a member of the Vineland High School sports teams. It is with great pleasure that we award this scholarship to Robert Labriola. Robert is also receiving the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 for 4 years. Congratulations, Robert.
Our next award recipient is Leanna Lacey. This evening, Leanna receives the Joyce Heck Memorial Award in the amount of $100. The Joyce Heck Memorial Award is presented annually to a senior student who has demonstrated outstanding character and dedication to the study of English. It is given in memory of Joyce Heck, a former VHS English teacher. Congratulations, Leanna.
Our next award recipient is Kayla Lampkin. This evening, Kayla will be receiving 3 scholarships. The first scholarship is the Keith Dunn Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. Rose Dunn, mother, and Kevin Dunn, brother, will be here giving her her scholarship. Keith Dunn was a true leader and inspired everyone who knew him. He had an incredible gift to make people smile and laugh, as he was one of the most entertaining people you could ever meet. He was an active member of the Vineland High School marching band as a drum major, was Cap and Dagger president his senior year, a member of the Vineland High School Select Choir, and received the Vineland High School Marching Clan Musician Award. Keith's leadership continued as he served in the United States Air Force to protect our country. His legacy will forever remain in the future of those receiving this award and in the hearts of those that knew him and loved him. Congratulations, Kayla. The next award Kayla will be receiving is the Dr. William Menes Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. William Hartman, guidance counselor, will be presenting Kayla with her award. Kayla will also be receiving the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations, Kayla.
Our next award recipient is Trista Lampkin. Trista receives 4 awards this evening. The first award is the Alpha Delta Kappa Phi Chapter Scholarship in the amount of $500. This award is being presented by Miss Debbie Palmieri and Joanne Schubert. On behalf of the Alpha Delta Kappa Phi sorority, I would like to present the Alpha Delta Kappa Phi Scholarship of $500 to a Vineland High School graduate who has been outstanding in academics, community service, and will be majoring in education. The recipient is Trista Lampkin. This evening, Trista also receives the Buddy Gale Big Band Music Scholarship, presented by Dr. Lou Junta, musical director. The scholarship is presented to a student who has a keen interest in the further study of music, instrumental or vocal, or a student entering a program of study in music education. The Buddy Gale Big Band was founded over 30 years ago by Mr. Fernando Buddy Galzerano. The band is dedicated to the preservation of the music of the greatest generation, the big band era. Based in Vineland, the band performs throughout the area, spreading the legacy and history of the big bands and goodwill through music. This scholarship is being offered to honor Fernando Buddy Galzarano for his many years of service to the school district, community, and the greater South Jersey musical community. On behalf of our sponsor, New Approach Educational Services, and the band's membership, we are happy to present this year's scholarship to Trista Lampkin. Trista also receives the John N. Junta Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. This award is being presented by Mr. Peter L. Junta, co-founder of the scholarship. John Junta had something in common with each of you. He was the second of 5 children. He grew up in Vineland, went to Oak and Main Middle School, Durand Elementary, DePalato and Landis Middle Schools, and Vineland High School. He was a member of the debate team and threw javelin on the track and field team. He joked around in a good-humored way, did spot-on impersonations of each of his teachers, and never let his brothers or sister take themselves too seriously. One thing he enjoyed greatly was playing the trumpet, which he did in the VHS marching band and stage band. 19 years ago, John sat in this auditorium, one step closer to his dream of becoming an elementary education teacher. Unfortunately, during his freshman year of college, just 7 months after graduating from VHS, he died in a fire that other students intentionally set in his college dorm. We created the John N. Junta Memorial Scholarship so that John's dream for his own career would live on, embodied by talented students who dedicated themselves to helping others. Our scholarship requires an essay, and the topic has always been the same: the person or event that had the most influence on my choice of college major and lifelong goal development. If John had written an essay on that topic himself, there is a good chance that he would have written about Mr. William McDevitt, the music teacher here at Vineland High School. Mr. McDevitt showed John some of the values John would come to hold closest, including the importance of preparation, following tasks through to completion, and being a person who can be relied on in tough times. When John died, Mr. McDevitt embodied those values. He guided and supported John's friends and family who were devastated by the loss, and even brought the Vineland Band to Seton Hall to perform in John's honor. Mr. McDevitt has been a great friend to the scholarship since its inception and is retiring this year. We wish him the best in retirement and thank him for all that he's done for the scholarship over the past 19 years. It's fitting that this year's recipient wants to become a music teacher herself. She believes that playing music is a form of expression and a discipline that can relieve anxiety, sadness, anger, and fear. She wants to bring music to people's lives so that they can learn the art of expression and develop the sense of self-reliance that she has. We are proud and honored to present the 2018 John N. Junta Memorial Scholarship Award to Trista Lampkin. Trista also receives the William McDevitt VHS Marching Band Legacy Scholarship in the amount of $500. This award is being presented by Yolanda Garcia Balicki, Esquire, Band-Aid's president, and William McDevitt, band director. Gifted by the Vineland High School Band-Aids, the William McDevitt VHS Marching Band Legacy Scholarship celebrates the career of Mr. McDevitt for his dedication and commitment to teaching, learning, and educational excellence as our cherished marching symphonic band teacher at Vineland High School from 1987 to 2018. Congratulations, Trista Lampkin.
Our next award recipient is Samantha Lickenchuk. This evening, Samantha will be receiving the Cumberland Insurance Group Scholarship in the amount of $2,500. Congratulations, Samantha.
Our next award recipient is Gavin Loper. Gavin will be receiving 3 awards this evening. The first award is the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $750. Gavin also receives the Vineland Early Childhood Advisory Council Preschool Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. This is presented by Ms. Lynn Monteleone, principal of the Vineland Preschool Program. The Vineland Public Preschool Program is made up of 10 preschool centers, including Delago and private providers. These preschools, in combination with families and community agencies, make up the Vineland Early Childhood Advisory Council. The mission of the council is to foster nurturing environments that support community partnerships, strengthen families, and prepare children as lifelong learners. The council advises on the planning and implementation of the preschool program. It also creates a yearly assessment to identify specific community needs to help our families, and then creates goals to address these needs. Every year, a $1,000 scholarship is granted to a student that began their educational journey at one of our Vineland public preschools and continue through Vineland school system until graduation. The Vineland Early Childhood Advisory Council is happy to present our $1,000 scholarship to Gavin Loper. Gavin is graduating with a 3.63 GPA. He has participated in many extracurricular activities throughout his 4 years at VHS, such as Cap and Dagger, Select Choir, and Marching Band. In his senior year, Gavin was Rowdy Rooster. He works part-time at Target and is a certified lifeguard in the summer. His first choice for college is New York University, where he will be studying entertainment, media, and technology. Gavin's dream is to become a dramatic scriptwriter for film and television. Lastly, Gavin also receives the Vineland Rotary Club William Dudley Senior Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. William F. Dudley Sr. was Mr. Vineland Rotary, joining the club in 1937, but was a true gentleman. He conducted an insurance and real estate business here in Vineland. He was president of the Vineland Rotary Club in 1957 and was also committed to the Vineland YMCA's growth and development. Bill's legacy doesn't end with his leadership posts and his longevity. I believe he holds the record as the longest continuous member, totaling 63 years of Rotary membership. His legacy also didn't end with his passing in 2000. It should be noted that his son Bill was an active Rotarian and a past president of our club. And Bill Sr.'s grandchildren, Scott, Robin, and Keith, all attended RILA. The Rotary Club honored Bill's Rotary service by naming one of the 2 Vineland High School Scholarships Awards in his memory. The $1,500 William F. Dudley Senior Memorial Scholarship is for college-bound students majoring in any subject. Congratulations, Gavin Loper.
Our next award recipient is Francis G. Lugo. Francis will be receiving the Sony Lugo Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Micah Marone. Micah receives 2 awards this evening. The first award is the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Cumberland and Salem County's Foundation Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Micah has served 4 years as a high school Big Brother at Johnstone Elementary School, faithfully attending the weekly after-school program with his little brother. He showed his little brother kindness and caring while teaching him important social skills and problem solving. Micah also receives the Vineland Rotary John Spaltori Matt Blatt Most Inspirational Scholarship Award in the amount of $2,500. John Spaltor wasn't a Rotarian, but was probably known by many Rotarians. Born in Millville, he was a resident of Vineland most of his life, graduating from Vineland High School in 1962. He was an accomplished student athlete, competing in varsity football, basketball, and baseball. His exploits on the gridiron earned him a scholarship to Temple University, graduating in 1967. In the 1970s, John got involved in the automotive business and developed a business relationship and personal friendship with our friend and benefactor, Roy Greenblatt, of the Matt Blatt Automotive Dealerships. Mr. Spaltor passed away in September 2006 at the age of 62. Roy Greenblatt and the Matt Blatt dealerships generously contributed $2,500 for a graduate who either overcame an obstacle to graduate or found inspiration from someone else to make the grade. Congratulations, Micah Marone.
Our next award recipient is Victoria Mason. Victoria will be receiving the Dennis Tanner Family Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 a year for 3 years.
Our next award recipient is Grace McLaughlin. Grace is receiving 2 awards this evening. The first is the Vineland Administrators and Supervisors Association Scholarship in the amount of $500. This award is being presented by Ms. Deborah Quinn, Principal. Grace also receives the VHS Class of 1983 Scholarship in the amount of $500. This award is also being presented by Ms. Quinn.
Our next award recipient is Casey Medina. Casey will be receiving 2 scholarships this evening. The first is the Delmo Filippi Memorial Award in the amount of $100. The second award is the Jeffrey Gross Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. On behalf of Jeff and Nan Gross, Jeffrey's mom and dad, his sisters Krista and Natalie, and their extended family, I am pleased to present the Jeffrey Gross Jr. Memorial Scholarship. Jeffrey enjoyed math and science and was an avid lover of technology, particularly computers and electronics. Jeffrey's tremendous energy shed a bright light upon everyone he encountered. He was blessed with an eccentric sense of humor and was an extraordinarily easygoing and accepting person. Jeffrey was enrolled at Cumberland County College and was in the process of seeking a bachelor's degree in engineering at another university. We are very pleased to award this year's Jeffrey Gross Jr. Memorial Scholarship Award to Casey Medina. We wish Casey the very best of luck in future endeavors.
Our next award recipient is Cora Mejia. Cora will be receiving 3 awards this evening. The first award is the Sam Zozowski Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Mr. William McDevitt, Band Director. Cora also receives the Thomas Martirano Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. This award is being presented by Jenny and Andrea Martirano. Detective Thomas Martirano was a distinguished member of the Vineland Police Department, and after retirement worked at Vineland High School in security. Tom served as a police detective and was an expert interrogator, polygraph operator, crime scene ID officer, among many other things. He enjoyed opportunities where he was helping people and especially loved the public service work he did as a Vineland officer, coming into schools and working with students. He continued to work as a security officer in Vineland Public Schools, where he was respected and trusted by students and continued to help students whenever possible. Tom was a loving family member who donated his time selflessly to the church and community by offering to help fix up church vehicles, volunteering to be an usher, assisting with youth group, and bowling for the church team, and was passionate about helping the homeless. He spent many years as a coach for the Vineland Pigtail League, where his daughter played softball. Tom's greatest joy in life was his family. He took great pride in his girls and loved being a father. He was always there whenever anyone needed anything, no matter if it was family, friend, or stranger. Tom was there to help. In all things he did, Tom was known to treat everyone with kindness and respect. Unfortunately, Tom suffered for many years from PTSD and depression, which eventually cost him his life. He died by suicide in November of 2012 at age 46. As Tom's family and as survivors of his suicide, it is our goal to work for change and awareness while celebrating Tom's life in a positive way. We want to remember Tom for the way he lived, not in how he died. So it is in the spirit of his generous giving that we offer this scholarship to a deserving student who will make a difference in the field of mental health. Congratulations, Corey. Cora is also receiving the Puerto Rican Social Action Committee Award in the amount of $500. This award is being presented by Nancy Afanador, President. The Puerto Rican Action Social Committee was founded on April 1st, 1956 in Vineland by a group of Puerto Rican citizens who were concerned with the quality of life for the Hispanic community during the 1950s. Elviro Ocasio, senior president of the organization, and its members lobbied for laws to protect Puerto Rican migrant farm workers and the right to receive unemployment insurance while residing in Puerto Rico and working during the farming season here in Vineland. Additionally, they collaborated with former Mayor Frank Testa and former Governor of New Jersey, William J. Hughes, to establish June 25th as the official Puerto Rico Day in the state of New Jersey. As the organization flourished, it diversified its approach to broaden its reach to positively affect more members in its community. Its civic, economic, and social engagement endeavored to sustainability, promote prosperity within the Latino community. Throughout the past 60 years, it accomplished this via fundraisers such as membership drives, dinner dances, raffles, trips, etc. It has been able to accomplish its charitable mission to help the community. In honor of Mr. Elviro Ocasio Sr., a founding member, it established a college scholarship fund to assist and empower and enable Hispanic Latino high school students to achieve their educational goals and fulfill their dreams. Congratulations, Cora Mejia.
Our next award recipient is Carolyn Melchiori. This evening, Carolyn will be receiving the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 a year for 4 years. Congratulations, Caroline.
Our next recipient is Aubrey Lynn Missouri. Aubrey receives 2 awards this evening. The first award is the Thomas P. McCann Scholarship in the amount of $500. Aubrey also receives the Italian American Benevolent Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations, Aubrey.
Our next award recipient is Anatoly Metkin. He will be receiving the Sir Speedy of Vineland Award in the amount of a $250 gift card. Congratulations, Anatoly.
Our next recipient is Jonah Middleton. This evening, Jonah receives the Italian American Benevolent Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations, Jonah.
Our next award recipient is Crystal Miguel. Crystal will be receiving the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $400.
Our next recipient is Jocelyn Miranda. Jocelyn receives the Carol Stars and Scholarship in the amount of $500 this evening. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient is Emily Morton. This evening, Emily will be receiving 3 scholarships. The first scholarship is the Anthony J. Palmieri Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $250. On behalf of the Palmieri family, I would like to present the Anthony J. Palmieri Award of $250 to a Vineland High School graduate who has been outstanding in the fine arts. This recipient is Emily Morton. The next scholarship is the National Congress of Black Women Bridgeton Chapter Scholarship for the amount of $250. Wait a minute, Emily. The next scholarship she will be receiving is the Petway Patriots Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and this will be presented by Miss Judy Garza. Congratulations.
Our next recipient is Charles Myers. This evening, Charles receives the Teresa and Louis Cazaza Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. This award is being presented by Teresa and Louis Cazaza. The scholarship for this year is in the amount of $1,000. The scholarship is awarded to a student planning to attend Rowan University. The recipient must have demonstrated academic excellence and shown an interest in science and math. It is with great pleasure that we award this scholarship to Charles Myers.
The next award recipient is Nelson Ocasio. Nelson will be receiving the Mary and Andrea Bell Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $750.
Our next award recipient is Audrey O'Neill. This evening, Audrey will be receiving 4 awards. The first award is the Catherine J. Arpino Scholarship in the amount of $500. Audrey also receives the Italian American Benevolent Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Audrey also receives the Mark Malamed's Gabriel Project Scholarship in the amount of $250. This award is being presented by Ken Malamed and Angel Santiago. The Mark Malamed's Gabriel Project Scholarship recognizes a graduating senior whose devotion to community service, whether arts-related or not, is outstanding and truly pushes themselves to make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. Students, like our recognized scholar, are exemplars of what is right with our society. More like-minded individuals, such as Audrey, will lead us into the future where helping one another will trump dividing us. Mark Malamed passed away 5 years ago tomorrow. His vision through the Gabriel Project of children helping children resounded through the hearts of thousands of people throughout the years. Our scholarship looks to continue his vision as these wonderful students impact the lives of others. Congratulations, Audrey O'Neill. Audrey also receives, don't go anywhere, it was 4. Audrey also receives the Women's Club of Vineland Award in the amount of $1,500. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient is Kiana Oliverius. She will be receiving the Newfield Bank Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient is Adrian Pala. Adrian receives the Gloria M. Sabater Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Taylor Parrish. Taylor will be receiving the Petway Patriots Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Presenting her the scholarship is Mrs. Judy Garza.
Our next award recipient is Ria Patel. Ria is the recipient of 2 awards this evening. The first is the VHS All Sports Booster Club Scholarship in the amount of $500. Ria also receives the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient is Alexis Marie Pineda. This evening, Alexis will be receiving 3 scholarships. The first scholarship is the Memorial School Scholarship in the amount of $500. Betty Slusarczyk, science teacher, will be presenting her with this scholarship. Alexis is also receiving the VHS All Sports Booster Club Scholarship in the amount of $500. And she'll be receiving the VHS Class of 1993 Scholarship in the amount of $500. Congratulations, Alexis.
Our next award recipient is Kevin Pinone. Kevin receives the Gloria M. Sabater Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $800.
Our next award recipient is Jordan Pitt. Jordan will be receiving the Clarion Kosh Memorial Award in the amount of $500. Congratulations, Jordan.
Our next award recipient is Magellan Rankin. Magellan receives 3 awards this evening. The first award is the Alan R. Reinhardt Memorial Music Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Alan R. Reinhardt was a graduate of Vineland High School in 1972 and was a member of the marching band throughout his high school years. He enjoyed many happy times with his instructors and fellow band members. He was also a member of the track team and held records for several years in the high hurdles. Although he left us far too soon, we hope this memorial scholarship will be of help to another student who also enjoys music and the experiences he had. Congratulations, Magellan Rankin. Magellan also receives the Lubin Stern Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. And lastly, she receives the VHS Class of 1953 Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Melanie Reyes. Melanie will be receiving the Lucille V. Harker Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Yela Rivera Negron. Yela receives the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Cumberland and Salem Counties Foundation Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Yela has also been a big sister for the last 3 years at Johnstone Elementary School, mentoring and teaching her little sister to work hard in everything to which she sets her mind. She cites her little sister as her inspiration for pursuing a career in pediatric oncology. Congratulations, Yela.
Jessica Russoman is our next award recipient. This evening, Jessica will receive the Vineland Education Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Roxanne Dorenzis will be presenting her with the scholarship.
Our next award recipient is Darlene Sanchez. Darlene is receiving 3 awards this evening. The first award is the Council for Disabled Children. This award is being presented by Miss Brittany Tomlin, Assistant Principal, and it is in the amount of $250. On behalf of the Council for Disabled Children Club here at Vineland High School, I would like to present the Council for Disabled Children Club Award of $250 to a Vineland High School graduate who is outstanding in community service. The recipient is Darlene Sanchez. Darlene is also receiving the Durand Elementary PTO Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 this evening. And lastly, Darlene receives the Vineland Education Association Scholarship presented by Ms. Roxanne Dorenzis in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient is Catherine Scanlon. This evening, Catherine will be receiving 3 scholarships. The A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 a year for 4 years. The second scholarship is the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. And the Vineland Rotary Club Harry Doer Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Harry D. Doer became a member of the Vineland Rotary Club in 1923. He was president of the club in 1931 to 1932 and was very active. Although most of us never met Harry, he had to be a Rotarian through and through. He was a successful Vineland businessman owning a car dealership in town. He incorporated a provision in his will that perpetuates his memory far beyond the date of his death in 1973. Harry Doer's estate provided the funding to the Vineland Rotary Club for the purpose of providing scholarships awards. The interest earned from the principal is awarded to high school graduates seeking higher education in colleges and universities or vocational training in academic or non-academic institutions. This award is presented to Catherine Scanlon.
Our next award recipient is Rachel Sluslarczyk. Rachel receives the Vineland High School Scholarship in the amount of $500 this evening. Congratulations, Rachel.
Our next award recipient is Kyle Slusarczyk. Kyle will be receiving the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 a year for 4 years.
Our next award recipient is Justin Smith. Justin receives the Vineland Education Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 presented by Roxanne DeRenzis.
Our next award recipient is Natalia Smith. This evening, Natalia will be receiving 3 scholarships. The first scholarship is the Kathleen Andalaro Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. Natalia will also be receiving the A.W. Fisher Scholarship in the amount of $500 a year for 4 years. She will also be receiving the Horatio Alger, New Jersey Scholarship. Congratulations, Natalia.
Our next recipient is Jade Tedesco. Jade is the recipient of the Petway Patriot Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Miss Judy Garza.
Our next award recipient is Titi Takar. This evening, she'll be receiving 2 scholarships. The first is the Edward Pinson Scholarship in the amount of $750. She will also be receiving the Principal's Award for Volunteerism. She'll be receiving a gold medal. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient is Lucas Thomas. Lucas receives 2 awards this evening. The first is the Lubin Stern Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. He also receives the Principal's Award for Volunteerism. He will be receiving a gold medal for that recognition.
Our next award recipient is Gemel Tutu. He will be 3 scholarships this evening. The first one he will receive the Cumberland County Municipal Clerks Association Award in the amount of $250. The next award he'll receive is the Search for Conscious Jacob Teichman Arthur Coonwright Scholarship in the amount of $400. Terry Coonwright, Search for Conscious teacher, will be presenting this award. The Search for Conscious Jacob Teichman Arthur Coonwright Scholarship is given in memory of Mrs. Terry Coonwright's father and father-in-law. Both men were Holocaust survivors who represented strength, dignity, kindness, and the best in humanity. This year's recipient, Gemel Tutu, has overcome horrible experiences in his young life, yet moves forward and chooses to excel in life, just like Jacob Teichman and Arthur Coonwright, 2 men of Valar. All the best, Gemel Tutu. He will also be receiving the VHS All Sports Booster Club Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Jamie Vargas. This evening, Jamie receives the Gloria M. Sabater Spanish Scholarship Award in the amount of $250. Congratulations, Jamie.
Our next award recipient is Gabriel Velez. Gabriel will be receiving the Agape Scholarship in the amount of $500. Kay Rhyme Agape Medical Center is here to present the award. Gabriel will also be receiving the Dr. William Menny's PTO School Scholarship in the amount of $500. William Hartman, Guidance Counselor, is here to present the award.
Our next award recipient is Jamilex Vicente. Jamie Lex is receiving 3 awards this evening. The first award is the Japanese American Citizens League Award. She's receiving $200 and a certificate. Jamie Lex is also receiving the Wizardry 101 Scholarship in the amount of $300. The Wizardry 101 Chemistry Scholarship goes to Jamie Lex Vicente for her dedication to the magical performance and teaching of chemical demonstrations. And Jamie Lex also receives the Zonta of Cumberland County Award in the amount of $500. Congratulations, Jamie Lex.
Our next award recipient is Trinity Walker. This evening, Trinity will be receiving 3 scholarships. The first is the CCASA Allen Associates in memory of Stanley H. Allen Scholarship in the amount of $250. Dr. Larry Miller from Allen Associates is here presenting the award. Trinity will also be receiving the Marie Colick Making a Difference Scholarship in the amount of $500. Trinity is also receiving the Wallace Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. Dr. Juanita Davis, principal, is here presenting the award.
The next 4 award recipients will be receiving $1,000 each from the Vineland Education Association. They are Jenna Carastro, Jessica Rusaman, Darlene Sanchez, and Justin Smith. Mr. Louis Russo, president of the Vineland Education Association, presents this award.
I'd like to now call back to the podium Mr. Darren Palmer, Assistant Principal.
Thank you for a very fine job, Ms. Alvarez and Mrs. DeMarchi. I'd also like to take this time to once again thank our benefactors this evening, to our scholars. Thank you very much for your generosity. I also want to make sure that I acknowledge our staff members who helped pull this event together tonight, Ms. Bings to my left, and also Ms. Bishop to my left. Please wave to the crowd. Thank you very much. Now, the program indicates that I should show recognition to our honor students tonight. And we've done a lot of things over the course of the past few months in particular to honor our students. on the various levels at which they received an honor. So as opposed to distinguish you tonight from each other, I'd just like to ask all of our honor students, cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude, to please stand for recognition. Together. Thank you. And before we depart tonight, I want us to please all stand for our school alma mater at this time. Audience, if you'll just be patient for 1 second while we allow our honors to proceed out during the recessional. They will go up the aisle and proceed out of the auditorium. We thank you for coming tonight.